What's up, AfterBuzz family? You knocked and we're buzzing you in. It's time to get real as you know what on Insecure, starting now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes,
Hey.
I'm so ready for Thanksgiving.
I know, right?
I'm so ready for Thanksgiving.
God, beans,
Got
greens, tomatoes,
beans.
ram.
You name it.
I can't wait.
You name it, we got it. Shout out to Shirley Caesar. What a legend.
Praise him.
God bless.
Praise him. Praise him.
God is good all the time.
And all the
Praise
time?
him.
God is good.
Okay.
All the time, God is good.
Amen.
All the time, God is good. God is good all the time. And you know what else is good? AfterBuzz TV. Welcome to another
yeah, it
episode of Insecure on AfterBuzz TV, episode 7, Real as
F.
because I'm not gonna say it.
Right.
Oh, you want me to say fuck?
Wow.
Watch your mouth.
Sorry.
It's the Sabbath.
We were just talking about Shirley Caesar too, and here I go.
We just got done with a gospel
Being a
medley.
heathen. I'm just
And
such
he
a
up here
heathen.
cussing.
I'm sorry.
Not a gospel
Golly.
man.
Give me, Lord.
So it's been a long week. Look, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. It's been like 2 weeks since I've been here, but I'm back, and now we're missing 2 other people.
It's so good to have you back, though.
Thank you
It's
so much.
good. We
I
missed
really
you.
have missed you guys. But real quick, once again, episode 7, Real as What on
Yes.
Insecure here on AfterBuzz TV. Make sure you engage with us on social media across the board at AfterBuzz TV. Now, if you want to find me, if you ever just feel so bored and you want to do that, you can find me on social media when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall. And we have a guest.
Yes. Hi. Thank you guys for
Yes.
having me. My name is Ryann Grant. Thank you for having me.
Ryan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 Instagram and on Instagram at Instagram.
Now,
Yes.
Ryan is another host here at AfterBuzz, and he covers Queen Sugar.
Yes.
And we found out that he is a closeted, insecure fiend. So we were like,
I don't think I'm in the
Not
closet
even in the
about it.
closet.
I think I'm
He's
pretty
super
out
open
there.
about it.
pretty open about his
Super
love
out.
for Insecure. So we were like, well, we're down a couple tonight.
Yes.
You know,
I'm in,
staying
I'm
late
in.
from work. So
Yes.
he's
100%.
staying late with us.
Yes, and he also does Divorce.
I do.
Oh,
Which
yeah,
airs on
Divorce.
HBO right
Yeah.
after Insecure. So we do
good
Queen
show.
Sugar together. Make sure you guys check that on AfterBuzz. And you guys can find me on Twitter and IG at OnWithOmari. Also hit me up on Snapchat at Omari B if you're so inclined.
If you're so inclined. And
Yeah. A lot of good
course,
pictures and videos.
If you have pictures and,
You know
other
what I'm
things.
you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Spicy and Allie. They are out this week, but you guys know how to find them, how to tickle their, what is it?
Tickle
their-
her Twitter,
tickle
stroke her
Twitter.
Instagram.
I ain't that nasty.
Spicy's so dirty.
She's so
my
dirty.
God.
She's so dirty.
That
She's
future
so dirty.
married woman.
Real quick, you guys. I have on some draws today that are actually quite comfortable. So I just want to make sure you guys understand AfterBuzz TV is fantastic, and we're able to remain free because we have some wonderful sponsors. So I want to tell you guys
Wonderful.
about one of them today. I happen to have on a pair of their draws. They only gave me one pair.
She don't
Kinda
usually wear
trifling.
draws, so
I need
that's-
a couple
that's
more
a
pair.
change.
But that is Me Undies. Okay, so check this out. Picture a world where putting on a new pair of underwear isn't just fresh. It's like you're stepping into a better day. All right, so this is Me Undies. Me Undies features solely. They're featured and produced with the most comfortable underwear and the greatest fabric you've ever felt in your life. My good friends over at Me Undies actually sent me one pair. Okay, I mean, y'all got more than one pair. They gave me one crisp pair of draws, and I can't imagine wearing anything else. It actually makes me feel like I'm wearing nothing at all. Now check this out. Y'all like to drink?
Yes,
little bit.
I'm drinking right now.
Now, LA cocktail prices, New York, are a little bit more expensive. But consider this. For the price of 2 cocktails, Me Undies will deliver your favorite pair of underwear right to your doorstep.
What?
Wow.
Better day guaranteed, okay?
Okay, Me Undies.
Now try them on. If they're not the most comfortable, best feeling undies you've ever had, they will actually refund you, and you can keep your first pair of drawers for free. So the ones they gave me, they're not getting back at all.
I don't think they want them back.
Right.
I'm clean. I'm clean. Included in the price is the sweet touch of Modal, a fabric made from the best in class raw materials, and they are scientifically proven to be 3 times softer than cotton.
Oh, wow.
Like it's
My
soft.
vagina thanks you.
Now, are these for men or for women?
These are unisex.
Unisex underwear.
These unisex
Okay.
underwear. Well, I mean, they have men's and women's. It's not like
got you.
the men's one you can wear it if you're a woman. That'd be kind of
That
weird.
would be
You
interesting.
can share with your significant others. Why not? Sharing is
One
caring.
drawer, one
Let me
underwear
just wrap
drawer.
this up real quick because y'all just getting too nasty. And these uber comfy undies are sold exclusively on the Me Undies website, where you will enjoy free shipping in the U.S. and Canada. Now, for a limited time, everyone in the audience, our viewing audience out there, you knock, we buzz you in. You can get 20% off your first order, but you have to go to the special URL. So it's meundies.com/comfort. So with the Me Undies Better Day guarantee, you have nothing to lose. So don't wait any longer. Go to meundies.com/comfort right now for 20% off your first order. Okay?
Got 20 on
That's MeUndies. One more time. Do it one more time. meundies.com/comfort. Tell them AfterBuzz TV sent you, and tell them McCall Hall needs an extra pair of drawers.
Yes, because you can't do just one.
I can't. I mean,
Yo,
I
that's
mean,
perfect for Christmas time.
It
Get
is,
your
right?
significant
Yeah.
other a gift. Get you guys a gift together.
Yeah.
Share your
Shared
underwear.
you know, if you happen to share your vagina with another man, you might as well
Or
buy
a
your
woman.
man.
Why
Or a
not?
woman.
Yeah.
Hey.
Issa should get Lawrence a pair of MeUndies.
Maybe that'll fix things, right?
So let's just get into
Be a
it.
lot to fix
Because
in
we
that
have
thing.
we have a lot to address tonight, you
And
guys,
so little time.
and so little time. And apologies. So real quick, Omari, I want you just to shout out our social
yes.
media people.
We love
Some
you
of you
guys on
guys
social
noticed
media.
that we got cut off last week. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, but Omari, real quick, shout out our
Yes, let me
YouTubers.
shout out Renzo Paccio, Naja Michelle Inez, Lene, Kiana, Naja, Badu. Special shout out to Badu. I appreciate your comment.
Erica?
Maybe. You never know.
Badu.
Badu, Sandy Kes Apia, Kiana, Madame Sophia, T. Paris, Fish GYRL2, Sarah Deluzma, Ibe the Igbo. Yeah, I got nothing. Kim, we have so many comments tonight, guys. You guys are like amazing. Keep engaging with us. Jasmine Newsom, Sharon King, TSP Marketing. Gotta love that marketing. CPR and so many others. I'm loading it up now.
It's eBay.
eBay. Oh, that's right. We went over this like a couple weeks ago. It's
eBay.
You're right. eBay. I'm
Hi,
sorry. eBay, one of our loyal listeners. We appreciate you, man. Trisha Giscombe, Vanity's Mirror, Jashawn Harris, The Right Stuff 14, Danny Boy 868. Yeah, I got nothing again. Yeah, I got nothing again. Yeah, I got nothing again. And Star Warrior. We appreciate you all so much. Keep commenting. We love you guys for watching. Thank you so much.
We love all of you guys.
Your comments are great and super positive too, because you know how YouTube can be like a little
troll,
trolly sometimes.
yeah.
But you
Y'all
guys
can
are
be
really
rude.
you guys are really nice. So we appreciate your comments. Thank you.
Y'all can be rude.
Yeah,
But it's okay.
not y'all, but some of y'all.
okay.
I mean, just saying, YouTube in general.
Yeah, exactly.
Golly.
It's a hostile place.
It's real. It's real as
It does
F.
get real.
Just like on Insecure, episode 7.
Super real.
I want to talk about just a little bit of character development tonight. I
Yes.
wanted to go through scene by scene, but I think we should just address each character and then how they intersect. So
Okay,
let's
let's do it.
start off with I'm not gonna say least important in this episode, but the most flawed in my opinion this episode. My God, Molly played by Yvonne
Molly.
Orji.
We love Yvonne, but
Yvonne,
Molly,
girl, I hope that's not you in real life. Girl.
it's not. It's not.
No, oh my God. Like her in this show is just so damaged for one. And then like to come and be so negative. Like she was at the event and it was like everything out of her mouth was this sucks, that sucks. And I'm like, how do you expect anything positive to happen to you in life if you were going around with this just stank attitude? Oh,
Yeah.
I was sick of it.
She was being like a hating ass bee the whole
Yeah.
episode.
She was.
Like,
She
here's
really
your
was.
friend, has this amazing event, amazing opportunity for her. She's like working hard for a job. She's finally got the recognition she deserves. And she's just here like, we got smog. I can't breathe. Girl, you live in LA. You know there's smog everywhere. Why are you trying to
Girl.
call? Like, Issa calls a smog. Like, what are you talking about? I
Yeah.
can't find a good looking dude. And then, like, a nice young man comes up and talks to her, the Jackie Chan dude,
He's
and
too
offers to buy her a
thirsty.
drink. I didn't say Jackie Chan. She said it, so I'm not being racist. Save your comments.
His name was Justin. But
well,
Justin.
and let's
Just
let's
hating,
let's
just
take
hating.
let's take a step back because I feel like Molly was in a semi good place when they went dress shopping and everything.
That
and
was
it
a fun scene.
That was a great scene.
Yeah.
That was a great scene.
cute.
But the moment she was, confronted and reunited with her what was it, RA?
Yeah.
And okay,
Her RA.
Crystal.
Crystal.
I thought
yeah.
they said Crystal, like from the Reed.
Oh,
which is
Crystal.
one of my
Love
favorite parts.
Crystal.
I love Crystal, but it's actually
Yeah.
Crystal. But she runs into Crystal, and Crystal talks about how her life is all changed now since she's been going to therapy. That shook her to the core.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think she could see somebody who was flawed once before,
Right.
and they actually took ownership
Right.
of their flaws,
Right.
and now they're better.
Right.
And I think Molly is like low key afraid to do that.
Right.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Because she likes putting it on other people. She likes putting it on other
Ooh.
people. And then it was one of those things where it's like, because she could look at Crystal and go, at least I'm better than someone. I think she's one of those people who constantly needs to have a stepping stone and have someone that she's better than. And when she looked at someone who she at one point was like, oh, I'm better than, and sees that they are now in a new place, it scares her because she's
Yeah.
like, oh, wait. That I think she's so fragile, and her her security is very fragile.
Yeah.
That's what the show's about. Everyone has insecurities, and I think
all
that
do.
hers is showing. So
And you said you brought up a good point. You said that Crystal owned her insecurities or owned her flaws.
Right.
And one of the things that happened at the end of the episode was when Molly was talking to Issa about how, do I ever say anything to you about when you do this, that, and the other? And she never says anything, but Issa gives it back to her. And I'm like, yeah, someone should be telling you when you're doing things wrong.
Yeah.
And like Molly's like, why are you like confronting me about all these issues? I never say anything to you about your shit. Well, maybe Molly, maybe you should say some things to her about her
Maybe you
shit.
should. That's friendship.
That is
being a
friendship.
friend.
like being real.
Exactly, being real with that person and like admitting and confronting them when they're doing things that aren't, appropriate, and being accountable for your actions. And
Oh, sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
Molly just sort of seems like she doesn't want to have that pushback a little bit, and that she wants to feel like she's perfect, and like, why are you critiquing me?
Right.
It was like a little bit too defensive as opposed to being open and receiving that criticism. So I thought that was a little bit of a red flag.
So, like I said, I realized that the trigger had been pulled when Molly saw Crystal. But when they went to the house for the gala and Molly was helping Issa set up, it was like she was making a mockery. To your point, she's
Right.
always trying to have the one up.
Right.
She's making fun of this woman for having the courage.
Bettering herself.
yeah. And honestly, I feel like that was kind of Molly like testing the waters to see how other people thought about it, because I think she honestly
Deep
knows
down.
she needs
But
something.
you know
to
what
help.
she wanted?
Yeah.
She wanted Issa to join in on the bitch
Yeah,
fest.
she did. She wanted someone to be there and be like, yeah, that's like, she wanted someone to join in her negativity, because
Yeah.
misery loves company, and so
That is
I
true.
think she's sitting there miserable,
I love
and
y'all
she was
being
looking
miserable,
out for
yeah.
somebody else
She
to be
was
like, be
looking
miserable
for
with
some.
me.
Excellent. That is exactly what I was thinking. Molly's looking for somebody to wallow in her sorrows, and it's like, girl, no.
Right.
Life is too short. Everybody's trying to get better. So that's Molly. She's extremely flawed, and then we find out at the end of the episode that she ends up at Jared's house and just sticks her foot in her mouth even more. So let's talk about Molly and
I
the
should have just lowered
interactions.
my standards.
Let's talk about her interactions with men in general in this
okay.
episode. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like when she interacts with Daniel, she goes up, plays a great, what is it?
Very good friend. Wing woman. She was
great
good.
wing woman for her
Props
friend
for that. That
at
was
the
good.
gala.
That was nice.
She goes and runs interference, figures out what Daniel's doing, is very direct with Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about Molly. She's very alpha, and she knows how to be very direct with her language.
Yeah.
But then when she's talking to men,
And with
it's
herself.
like she doesn't know what to say.
Yeah,
Right.
it's unfortunate.
Well, I think part of that is because I think she is afraid to truly open up to someone and be open to the idea of love. I think that she's one of those people who like constantly seeks it, but to truly like open up to somebody, at least someone that you're romantically interested in, is hard. And so I think she goes after people that are in some way, shape, or form unattainable. And I think that's why she has so much problem with Jared, is because Jared is a nice guy and someone
He's there.
He's there, and that's why. So she needs someone who she can constantly chase, because that's someone else she can blame. Like, it's not me, they're the problem. But when Jared is there and doing it and being open, he is no longer a problem, and therefore she has a problem with it, because it's like, there's nothing blocking me from this except for me.
I think that
I don't
goes-
know, that's me.
No,
Yeah.
for sure. I think that goes back to my point a couple of weeks ago when I said that Molly was insecure, and I got a little bit of pushback from the rest of the panel. It's like, you say she's very, alpha in her day to day, in her life. Like, she's a very alpha woman, independent, strong. But when it comes to men, she just does not know how to interact with them. No. We see her with Jadena's character. We see her with even Justin's character. We see her with Jared. She just does not know how to get the reaction she wants from that man she doesn't know how to get that reciprocation, I guess, from another man. So I feel like she just doesn't know how to interact with men the way relationship wise.
Yeah.
And it's her insecurities. I don't know if it's her daddy issues. I don't know if it's her own.
Does she have a
Yeah,
daddy?
so do
Did
we
we
know?
ever figure out if Molly has a daddy?
I mean,
I'm sure
she has
a dad,
but like,
we don't know. She's got a
Was
father.
she
We don't know if she's got a
raised by a
daddy.
strong black man?
we don't know.
I mean,
Because that makes a lot of difference. I'm not saying you have to.
you don't have to. There's
But
plenty
parenting does have a
of
lot of
children that grow up in single parent homes that don't have a father, like, and they grow up to be great people. So that's not necessarily the case. But I'm just saying, like, her own insecurities in relationships. Like, she, I think, is overcompensating in her work life, which I said in the first episode. I think she's overcompensating in so many aspects of her life because she does not know how to have a healthy relationship with a man.
Right.
And that's insecure to me.
Well, I see your point. I
Yeah.
want to move on to somebody else who has a little bit of insecurity, and that is Lawrence. In so many different areas of his life. So
Yeah.
the scene opens up with, a very little sexy, intimate time.
Right.
With our dear friend Issa and Lawrence as he's preparing.
Hey, thank you.
What happened?
No, someone just said I was fine. I appreciate that.
Where do you even see
I
that?
can't even-
Well,
can't.
it passed. The comment passed. It's
It
cool
looks
though.
like you made up a comment.
Nah, I didn't make it up. It was said.
It says cotton candy. That's what it looks like to me. I can't see.
See, there it is. Thank you, Josh, in the producing room.
Here, I'm so sad. The finale's next week.
Oh.
D. Frank said that.
Oh,
Well, let's stay focused on Lawrence. He's also very fine.
if you say so.
No,
You
Lawrence is a very attractive man. What do you mean?
You and Lawrence are on the same level.
McCall.
You are a light-skinned Lawrence.
Thanks,
This
man.
is light-skinned
Thank you.
Lawrence. This is
Oh,
light-skinned
McCall. All right,
Lawrence.
I'm gonna be nice to you for the rest of the show.
Can we not boost
It'll
this
last all of 5 minutes. So, Lawrence is preparing for this job interview at this new tech startup company. Issa blows him. He goes to and this was my whole thing.
Keep it real. That's what
I
happened.
secretly thought, okay, Issa's gonna blow him, and then he's gonna go blow the interview.
Yeah.
I just
No,
knew it.
I'm with you. I was like, yeah,
I
no, this is
just
gonna screw
knew
him
it.
up.
I said, there's no way that his day could start that great.
Yeah, that's
know
usually
what?
what
Downhill
happens.
from here.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so it didn't happen, but I was really thinking that during the episode.
And you thought the company was gonna steal his ideas and not give him the job.
I was with you.
Let me just say this: we live in LA. It's raining here right now, but it's a great town. But one thing LA is known for is the stealing of ideas. And people
very real.
will have you come interview for a job, and they know good and well they ain't even gonna hire you. They may not hire anybody, but they want you to shell out your Rolodex, who you know, what you know. It's a game. So if anybody's
Trying to
ever
play
trying
you.
to ask you to lay out the logistics of your plan in an interview, I would say 9 times out of 10 it's BS. So I was very worried that Lawrence was not going to get the job, but then he ends up getting the job.
And
he comes
then-
home and has this epiphany that he's better than the job.
Nigga.
Yeah, it is. It's
You working at Best Buy, you ain't better than nobody's job. You need to take the job, work that shit at night, like Issa was saying. And like I felt a certain type of way because she was sort of pushing his dreams to the side, and I appreciate Tasha with the titties because she's empowering Lawrence. So I didn't appreciate Issa saying to work the job at night, but as a fan watching, I'm like, yeah, you should work that shit at night because you ain't got a job. But as his girlfriend, I think she should have been more supportive with his
and
dreams.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You know
Overall,
what I'm
she
saying?
should be more supportive, but I think in her mind she was being. It was her saying like, "Yeah, I understand that you want to do this, but like at the same time you need a job." And like when she's like, "Do you really want to go back to what just happened?" And like I think
back to when you're fucking other niggas?
right, and that's
No,
that's how Lawrence took it, but that's not what
no,
Issa meant.
Okay.
No, let
But
me
that's how Lawrence
let
took
me
it.
let me interject real quick. What Issa was saying is going back to being so broke that we're
Right.
frustrated.
Right, because
And
That's the root that is the root of tension in relationships.
Yeah.
They were so dang broke. It's
Just
like
angry all the time.
every other thing is making us mad, and damn, we ain't got no milk and cereal.
Right,
'Cause
right.
You ain't got no job.
Right.
So it's like that's what she was getting.
Yeah,
In my opinion,
I
that's what
feel
she
you.
was getting.
And I
feel
agree,
that.
but what Lawrence was, so back like what you said, back
Yeah.
when you was out cheating, like that's what he heard, and it's crazy because like communication is key, and it's so interesting to see two people have the same conversation and take completely different takeaways from
Right.
what happened in the conversation. Because what he heard was, "Oh, so you're gonna go cheat on me if I don't take this job," and so I think that him going into the rest of the episode, he already had that on his mind.
Yeah.
Like he already had his whole story before even having confirmation that Daniel and Issa slept together. He already had his mind and the story laid out in his head. And I feel like if you go into any situation, you will find what you're looking for. And so, granted, Issa did do wrong, but I feel like if you were going into a situation looking for a fight, you will find a fight.
That's what I was thinking.
Was it insecure of him to just see Issa and Daniel from afar in a room talking and then ask her if she fucked him? That was
I think
seem
it's
a little insecure.
I mean, I think
no,
that
To be serious, no?
I think it's insecure,
no.
but-
he was like just a body
no.
language expert. He knew there was something going on.
No, well, the straw, in my opinion, that broke the camel's back was when they were waiting for the car at valet. Daniel saying that I no longer have a connection with
Okay.
we got y'all is simply saying I used to have one. It was
Gotcha.
your woman.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
You're right. You're right.
And
about that.
Daniel, I mean, not in Daniel's defense, but Daniel didn't know. Daniel has no idea who Lawrence is. Like, he knows that Lawrence is a person, but he doesn't.
Right.
He didn't know that was Lawrence.
But he knew that Issa had a
Daniel.
boyfriend.
Okay, so I want to move on real quick. Let's just talk about the fact that Issa finally gets some kudos, right?
Yeah.
She
Right.
puts on this gala. It's
Great job.
fantastic. She does a fantastic job. The kids go to Baldwin Hills. They don't even know what the hell Baldwin Hills is. They're amazed that black people own
Right?
these homes.
The Black Beverly Hills. I
Can
live
we,
right by there.
Can we just pause right there for a bit? And when she has this inner monologue with her white coworkers, and so they're like, "Oh, they say that Baldwin Hills is the Black Hollywood. Is that true?" And everyone's head turns to Issa, and she has this moment where
Right.
she's just going off on them. Like,
Yeah.
Don't
tell
come
me you
here.
guys don't have those moments when you just
I
look at
have
people and
those
you're like,
moments
all the
every day.
time.
like,
I don't. I've never had a patty pie. Stop asking me. I've never
Never,
had one.
no.
You
I've
had any
never
Patty's
had a-
pies?
I've never had a patty pie. I don't know. I don't eat sweet potato pie. I know Thanksgiving's coming up, but I don't eat sweet potato pie.
Do you eat
Okay, stop
pumpkin pie?
asking me that.
I
know
don't
I'm
like
black.
sweet potatoes either. I don't either. I know. I'm keeping my black card. I just don't like sweet potatoes.
I
Okay,
will
so sue
put
me.
my foot in the sweet
I
potato.
feel you.
So what I really want to get at, and I said this a long time
Yeah.
ago, Issa is not going to be in this job by next season.
Oh, you think so?
I knew
Even
that.
after the
Conversation she just had?
No, when her boss spotted her
Yeah.
and said, "Where do you want to be in a year?" What that told me is her boss knew that she had all this greatness in her. But when you have all that greatness in you, sometimes your supervisors, if you will, can tell she's not going to be here for long because she's going to go on to bigger and better.
Oh, okay.
And I knew that Issa's going to find her purpose and know that she's strong enough to go after her dream and purpose and go on and do something else from what is it?
We got y'all.
We
I
got
said,
y'all.
who got us?
Who got
Who got us?
Golly.
God, somebody help us, please.
Isn't that the slogan for BET? Who got y'all?
We got no.
No.
It's we got
Is it?
y'all.
Anyways,
BET slogan is we got y'all. We got
is.
y'all.
So enough about EBT.
Wow.
Stop.
Rude.
I'm just kidding.
Shady.
You know, they just had a whole celebration for the president levels. They've moved up.
I know. 1 out of every 4 programs I love on BET. Okay. So,
Valid. No, that is a very valid
You like
statement.
being Mary Jane?
I do love BET.
It's a good show. I love Gabrielle Union.
I
Side
cannot
note.
wait. Anywho, so I think that Issa's going to end up moving on to some other career,
Better.
something
So it's
rather.
positive. Okay.
It's all positive.
Because when you said it
all
before, it
positive.
felt more negative. Like she was going to get fired or something.
Oh no, I didn't pick.
Well, no, earlier in the season I did allude
Yeah.
to like either she's gonna leave her job or get
yeah.
fired, but she's not happy there.
Right.
But I think now she's empowered to go on and
From
do
her
something
greatness.
else.
Okay, I can see that more
That's
so.
just me. That's just me. So let's talk about
But
her
it seems
and Daniel.
before you move, it seems like she likes the job now, though, and it seems
think
that
she
she's
likes-
finding her purpose within this program.
I don't know if it's that she likes the job. I think she liked the event. I think she liked having the opportunity to show her greatness, and I think that the job allowed her to do such a thing. But I don't think the job and her greatness are mutually exclusive. Like I think that this was an avenue, but I don't think that this was.
You felt that one.
No, you know what I mean? No, I just,
Damn.
I'm just saying. I
that
think
one.
because I agree. I think she enjoyed doing this, but I don't think that the job had anything to do with it.
Yeah, I think anybody, if somebody were to write a million posts right now, like, oh my God, McCall is the ish, I'd be like,
You are.
I'm the ish. But,
right.
you know, that's here and right now. I think
Okay.
you can be happy in the praise,
Mm-hmm.
but, you know, once you go back into what this is, I got to be in traffic for hours. I mean, like, then you get back to reality. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's always good when you're being praised, but then reality sets in, and that's not every single
True.
day. So I want to talk about Issa and Daniel.
Okay.
I want to talk about the way Issa chopped off his private parts.
That was a little
Yeah,
cold.
I feel like she did come at him very harsh. Like she
Real
could have
hard.
eased into that conversation, and she just like jumped on it. And I'm like,
or eased out of the conversation.
right?
She just was like,
just jumped, and I'm like, so you haven't talked to this man in weeks, and like obviously something happened, and you need to have a discussion.
Did we ever figure out how he even knew that there was an event? Like, did he go on
assuming he-
Facebook?
I think the white girl invited him. What's her name? Greta or
She gets
Hansel
on
and
my
Gretel? What is her
nerves.
name?
She's always
she
doing
Joanne,
too much.
Sarah.
So sweet.
Between the white girl at
The
Molly's
coworker.
job that can't ever shut up when she's on the
yeah,
phone,
she
and then this one, just stop. But anywho,
I think
No.
she invited him.
Yeah, and him being involved, he probably was on an email list because he had come to the school. So I'm imagining
Right.
he probably got some type of evite. But yeah,
I think they invited all the career day people.
right, I would imagine something
so,
like that.
So, you know, Molly goes, runs interference, figures out that he's not there to start any problems, but Issa decides to confront him.
Yeah.
I thought that was a poor decision.
Oh yeah,
She should've just left it
I
alone.
think once Molly ran interference, until he came at me or like looked like he was doing something, I would have just let it go and avoided him. Like to go into him, you were jumping into drama. Like that is a sure recipe to cause some type of drama. And I
Yeah.
feel like if you're gonna come at him, at least be like, hey, can we talk later? Like something very simple. She came at him and just started going off, and I'm like, nothing good can come from this.
She came at him like a hood chick a little bit.
Like, you need to leave.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
but,
Like she should have been, hey, I know we have some things to talk about. This is not the right time and place to do that. I will talk to you though at another point, and thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you, but we're gonna have to have this conversation later.
And
instead, she went like real.
I think it needed
Hood.
to be even less of a conversation. First of all, Molly has identified that he is on the premises, so you basically have backup security.
Right.
If he begins, it's just like the president moving. Anytime the president moves, people got eyes.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
know
they
where
know.
people are going. The second Daniel started to maneuver himself close to her, Molly would have ran interference
Got
if
you.
she had seen that.
So just avoid this.
Issa should have never talked to him, and I'm gonna tell you why. I tell you guys all the time, I'm a woman about my business. Lord knows I love to work. Okay, and one thing I ain't never gonna come in between is money. And if I know I'm around some millionaires and people who can cut some checks to benefit something that I'm working on, I ain't dealing with no foolishness.
Ain't
I
got
leave the
time.
nonsense over there.
Ain't
It
got
could have
time.
gone so left, and you got money on the table. This is where I got mad
She
at
left
Issa.
money at the time.
Yeah.
She left money
Right.
on the table. This is where I got very mad at Issa, and this is where I wish she was more like Molly and about her damn
Right.
professional business. Because she left money on the table. She getting mixed up.
Right.
Sorry, I just got really
No,
mad
I
at
agree.
that.
No, I
because
understand. I'm with you.
because
Yeah, I feel you.
I work in fundraising to an extent, and I know if I had a big time donor in my face, let
Everything else out the
JoJo
door.
and then from down the block be at my. I'd be like, so anyways, let's talk about this
Exactly.
block. Like
she
ain't-
got up from the table.
If
to
I
go
was her, Daniel could have
confront
came
Daniel.
and tried to talk to me, and I said, "Excuse me, sir. I don't know who you are." Excuse me, sir.
I don't know her.
I don't
know her.
Mariah Carey. I don't know. I don't know.
I have no idea who these
Excuse
people
me.
are. Security.
Yeah.
Security. Please escort them out.
I would have. 'Cause I'm like, I'm
There's
not
a bottle of Pellegrino at the door.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Literally.
The dessert wines are out. Thank you.
You throw my kind of shade. You are my kind of petty, and you throw my kind of shade.
I'm so serious.
Speaking of the donor, though, I just want to shout out real quick that the donor she was speaking with was Issa's mother, her real life mother.
wow.
Issa tweeted that out tonight. That was her real life mama.
How fresh. I didn't know that.
The
Really?
beautiful black woman in the turquoise dress, I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, that was her mama.
That's very cool.
Black
So shout out,
excellence.
black excellence.
She-
Black excellence.
Actually, this show, they actually put a lot. I mean, you guys probably you do talk about this, but like they constantly throw writers in and do little cameos on the show all the time. So a lot of characters you see in smaller roles are
Yes.
people who
Speaking
are well
of
involved with the
writers,
series.
Kelly, our girl Kelly,
love her.
just got bumped up to a season regular for season 2. Kelly, my favorite character. She's super hilarious.
She's also
She's a
developing,
writer and she's got developed.
Yeah, she's
bumped up.
developing. She's a series regular on the show, and she's developing another comedy for HBO.
Okay,
Go ahead, Kelly.
Get them checks.
Kelly is so funny.
she's
Get
very
them
funny.
multiple streams of income, sweetheart. And when Day Day and them see you talking to big money, just ignore them, okay?
I love Kelly so much. She's
So
funny.
I want to talk about Issa and Molly.
Oh,
Yeah,
This
yeah.
blow up. So
That
I want to
hurt
talk about
me a
Issa,
little bit.
Issa and Molly because we are running short on time. And I know, we could get kicked out.
You know how they do.
You know how they do. You know how they be doing. So I want to talk about Issa and Molly.
Yes.
First of all, it's the end of the night. Molly's already on a good one, and they have been drinking.
Yeah.
So all those negative feelings that Molly had been feeling and having this pity party, and then she's sipping on wine and
Hennessy,
everything else,
probably.
and complaining about the less than strong pour of the bartender. Just have 2 drinks, girl. It's a fundraiser. It's on the
Right.
house.
Right.
Low class.
Yeah.
Low class. You don't complain about the pour when it's, open bar. Anyways, I digress. What are you guys laughing at?
No, you. We're just sorry with that. I mean,
Oh,
The weak
so
pour.
anywho,
Low class Molly.
it was one of those boiling points, and I really hated this because here they are having this moment of like, you do this, you do that, da da da, and they're being so angry, but they had just opened at a clothing store. And
Yeah.
Molly was helping Issa find a dress. And I'm gonna tell you guys, you guys are, men. Men don't go and like, hey dude, what's this look like?
My mom still buys my clothes.
Yeah, it's very
I'm just
different for you
kidding.
guys. But what I will say, from a woman's point of view, when a woman takes another woman to the store and we go shopping, that is a very like open and honest time. And Molly was being super honest with Issa about the dresses and all that stuff. And then they get to this point, and they have this blow up, and it's like, why haven't you been that honest with her before? Because she's going back you've hated your job for 5 years. Well, why didn't you help her 4 years ago? Oh,
Right.
Molly, you've been doing this. Well, why didn't you help her years ago?
Built
Why
up.
did it build up?
Resentment. That's a good question for the friendship.
But I think it is. While it's easy to be honest with your friend, it's also very difficult. I know that's contradictory, but it's very
No, it's
hard to be
true.
confident or honest with your friends. Like it's easy to be honest about a dress because it's like, oh, I can kind of be like jokey about it and dance around like what I'm saying. But when it comes to
Real
your
life
personality,
issues.
it's like to point out someone's flaws in their personality. It is more poignant, and I think it's harder to do that to someone. And then
it
I
hurts.
also,
It hurts.
well, and that's the other thing is that I think at that point they both were hurt. And hurt people like to hurt people. So that's when you start going into the memory banks. Like, you know, when you're arguing with someone you love and you're like, all right, I'm not just going to hurt you. I'm going to cut deep.
And this, and this,
yeah.
and this, and this.
And I think that's where it was. Is because, okay, you're trying to come at me and saying I need therapy. Well, I'm going to come at you and throw all your shit at you. So, you know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like,
They were
unfortunately,
throwing low blows.
yeah,
at each other.
unfortunately, to love someone and care about someone, it means to be vulnerable. But that also means that that person has so much potential to hurt you. And I think that is where they were at that point. They're like, you know, okay, I'm gonna hurt
It
you.
was really fucked up,
Yeah.
and also funny when Issa was like, "Oh, you just mad that I can keep a nigga." To
Yeah,
Molly, I was like, "Damn, that was some real."
Except she kind of can't, but
But I just got to say this. I know that two wrongs don't make a right,
No, never.
and one person is not at more fault than the other. But can I just be honest?
Yeah.
I think Molly was the bigger asshole during the altercation because
Yeah.
she had been on one all day.
She been hating all day.
yeah.
She's been hating all day.
Yeah.
So low key, I don't blame
Issa for
Issa.
going off.
I feel like Molly started because she felt some type of way about the truth that she
Yeah.
needed therapy. So I'm like, well, I mean,
No, we didn't even talk about black people in therapy, but that's a whole nother segment. We'll
Well,
get into that.
I do want to just tap into it just a little bit.
little bit.
I'm glad that they talked about it because, you know, black folks, we love us some church, but we need to dissect the things that are going. I think that therapy is, and I say this because my mother is a shrink. Okay, we're retired now. God bless the fact that my mother can retire. But you know, that was her career was mental health, right? And I think that people assume if you were molested as a child, if you were abused, and you have to have therapy. But sometimes therapy is just, you know, for things that can seem very basic level and surface level. It's okay to talk about your flaws. It
Life
really
is hard
okay.
too. Like, and have someone an ear to listen to you is like, it's not a bad
Especially-
thing. You don't have to be like a fucked up person to go to therapy. Like,
No.
therapy is for everybody.
especially because it's an ear that is unbiased in any way. Because sometimes
Exactly.
talking to your family, which is great, also talk to your family, but like they're gonna be invested and involved in other
Yeah.
ways that's gonna make
want
it
the
hard to
best
talk
for
to
you.
them. Yeah. So,
know?
but like when you're talking to someone who's not involved, then they have no reason to tell you. Like, you know, they're not gonna tell you anything wrong because they're not invested in that way that it's not gonna come back and hurt them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think therapy is a great thing. And I think more people should.
I
do
mean,
it.
mental health in the black community is just a whole nother topic. We had to spend more time on another show, but yeah, it's very important. So.
And the final thing I just want to mention, I am not a fan of mixing business with pleasure. Okay, I don't ever
Been there, done that.
I don't creep with people that I work with. Sorry, Omari. I mean, yeah, I said you was fine,
Wow. Okay. So it's like that now. That's how it is.
and it's not. It has nothing to do with you. It's just my.
Oh, it's
rule
not-
and
it's not me.
regulation.
Is that
It's
what
not
you're saying?
you. Now look.
Okay.
Now we leave AFTERBUZZ TV.
I'm putting my 2 weeks in.
I'm so done. Dude. Do I need to leave? Do you need a room?
You might want to get out of here.
Real, real.
Just walk
ass.
away.
So, anywho, I want to talk about mixing business with pleasure.
Yeah.
I think that everybody here is guilty of mixing business with pleasure. First of all,
Why do you keep looking at me when you say that?
he's trying to start some stuff.
He is.
So, Issa inviting her friends
Yeah.
to this event, I didn't like that.
Keep it professional.
Keep it professional. Why were her friends there? You know what I mean?
They did drop
don't know,
off.
I think I
They
disagree.
dropped off a check though.
I feel like you could. Like, yes, it's business and pleasure, but it's not the same as like a romantic thing. I think your friends, you want your friends to be supportive.
The right
Well,
friends. The
let-
right
that's what I was
friends.
gonna
You
say.
can't
Yeah,
invite
some
all
friends-
your
I
friends.
take that back to an extent because
Yeah.
Issa does have some upstanding African American friends.
Right.
Okay.
She has some professional friends she can invite that would drop off a nice check.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's nothing wrong with that.
Just don't cash it till next month.
Right. Kelly notwithstanding, but
Child. But, you know, Issa, I can't remember. So the white girl invited Daniel into her space, right? You know, but the second he came into her space, Issa really should have stopped communication with him. Like the way they communicated should have changed.
Yeah.
It should have never got to a point where she was on his couch. So I just have to say that I think Issa, I think Molly, I think everybody mixes like their dating life with their professional life a little too much for my comfort level, and now we're seeing this becoming an issue. I mean, even Lawrence and what was her name? Tasha.
Tasha.
Yeah.
You know, they have a professional kind of connection, and they were even kind of overlapping a little
Love
bit.
Tasha
You know,
with
like
titties. I can't wait for her to come back next episode.
when they roll the credits, does it say Tasha with the titties?
It should.
I think they should change it.
I hope you're listening, HBO.
HBO.
You can have that for free.
Show
You
us
can
some
take
love.
that one.
Show us some love.
Why she gotta be that?
But anywho, I want to get to this
I hear your
heated.
point about that.
Yeah, I see it a lot in Insecure, and I'm kind of like, I don't know why they're always
Yeah.
But excuse me, Issa and Lawrence had their blow up.
Oh, right.
Ooh, yeah. But it was a long time coming.
I
think it needed to
mean,
happen.
if you fuck another nigga, then some shit's gonna go down.
Okay.
I mean, what do you
I
want
have a-
Lawrence
I
to
have a
do?
question.
What do you
I
want
have
him
a
to do?
I have a question.
Okay.
Why was the question, did you have sex with another man? Why
As
was
opposed to.
opposed to have you been seeing
Right.
somebody else?
Why did you jump to sex?
Well, I guess for me, is that like the most hurtful thing a man can feel?
Yeah.
Is like, I would feel more threatened that she had a connection, an emotional connection to somebody else.
No, I understand. I see what you're saying because like the emotional thing could be more harmful, but I think that for a man, their ego is more like I think that's a lot. That might be a more feminine trait, in that women like an emotional attachment is more hurtful than a physical thing. But for a man, the physical is.
I
what
wouldn't
it
have
is.
asked that question first. I would have been like, "So are you having an affair?"
Right.
But he said, "Did you
F him, yeah.
Right.
So
well,
anywho.
are we still recording? I just want to make sure because
Yeah,
I'm
I
not sure
think we're
before.
still.
Okay.
I think we're still recording.
Well, I think for for a lot of guys, like sex is a little more hurtful than the connection that you have. Because with like a woman, I mean, I don't want to be sexist or anything, but with a woman, I feel like the emotional attachment can be more damaging than the sex aspect.
Right.
But with a man, if they hear that their girl fucked another dude, they're gonna jump to like, oh, this and this, that one, the third. You know what I mean? It's like more hurtful to them than sort of like the emotional aspect of it. Sorry, they're just giving us notes in the producing room.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So I feel like with men, especially like, because I know plenty of men that have been unfaithful to their girlfriends, but the girlfriends still stick by them. But let them find out their girlfriend has been unfaithful one time and it's a wrap. You know
It's
what
a
I mean?
wrap.
So it's
Dudes are
just,
stupid.
it's sexist to say, but I think there is a difference with men and women when it comes to sex and cheating and emotional attachments and stuff.
Well, before we wrap, I just want to say this. I thought Lawrence was going to hit her.
I know.
I was
I
scared.
was
I was very
scared.
scared.
I was like, oh, this is
I
really
grabbed
intense.
you too.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was like, he's
like,
gonna
I
hit her.
feel like
What's
he's
about to
going to
go
knock
down?
the hell out of her.
It's very
It
funny.
got-
I just in my heart, I said he's going to knock the hell out of her.
Didn't
I'm
we?
glad it didn't go
I'm
there.
super glad. Violence is never the answer.
Do we want to do a quick prediction?
All right, quick prediction.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Lawrence hooks up with Tasha with the titties next week.
I think her breaking up with Lawrence is going to launch her into a new career. Because I agree. I think that she needs to leave that company. And I think this is the thing she needs. That's the last thing she's having to hold her
Life-changing
to her
event.
past life. Yeah. And I think that this is going to send her on a sabbatical. She's going to come back brand new, better, and in a new spot.
I saw the previews, and I could have swore I saw Molly making out with a chick. Did I? Are my eyes?
I wanted
Might
to
have
rewind
happened.
that too. I wasn't sure. I was like,
Like,
who's
it was
Molly
so
hooking
quick.
up with?
And then
yeah.
I was like, well, maybe she.
right?
So, anyways, that was like my prediction, but I'm judging that off of what I saw in the preview.
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe I have terrible eyes. I can't even see the stuff up here. So, anywho, before we get out of here,
Yes.
I want you guys to make sure you go on YouTube, leave us some comments. You guys know we love to read them. Check us out on AfterBuzz TV across the board, all on social media. When you need to find me, go on Twitter, Instagram at McCall Hall. Where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at Ryan with 2 N's Grant.
And you can find me on Twitter and IG at On With Omari, also on Snapchat at Omari B.
All right, you guys. We'll see you next week for the finale of Insecure. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.